that note, let's expand our conversation and bring in CNBC contributor Brenda Vingiello of Sandhill Global Advisors. So great to have you, Bren, because you do own Nvidia. And what are you thinking about as we're about 50 or so minutes, we think, away from the release of that report?
Right. Well, I think if we look at the semiconductor industry in general, I think there's no question that it has been in a recession and it's likely to continue to be in a recession for the shorter term here. So I think when we look at Nvidia, the stock has had a tremendous move this year. So I think it's going to take a lot to get it moving higher from here in the shorter term. When we think about what we're expecting for this quarter, I think we'd like to see that there's some improvement on the inventory problem they've been having in the gaming sector, and that their core business, a data center business, is really holding up fairly well. But outside of that, I don't think we're going to hear a lot of real incremental positive news. When we look at expectations for the quarter, it really is for a pretty ho-hum quarter, down versus last quarter and certainly down year over year. So I don't think there's a lot to expect here, but I do think the stock has moved significantly, perhaps on some excitement over what's to come in the future with their AI business and the GPU side. But I don't think we're going to hear about that today.
I thought Josh Brown made a really interesting point earlier on halftime. As much as you know that he loves Nvidia, like most of the shareholders who've been in this name for a long time do, but he made the point, given the near 50% move that we've already seen to start the year, if he didn't own it, he wouldn't buy it here ahead of the number. Can you sympathize with that perspective as well?
Absolutely. I can certainly sympathize with that. We're in the same boat. We own it. Would we buy more here? No. I think we'll likely get a better opportunity to do that. Just as we think, this year, I think we're in for some choppiness here. Obviously, we had a really nice start to the year, but I don't think we can expect that that's going to continue over the remaining, 8 months or so that we have left. So I don't think we're out of the woods yet. And so I think there will be more volatility. And so the opportunity to buy a really high quality name like Nvidia, we will probably get a better chance at some point.
I don't feel like, Dan, we can overstate the importance of this report at this very moment. Obviously, given the market cap size, it's always going to be an important moment in time when Nvidia does report the results. But if you look at what the stock's done, as we said, near 50% year to date, the NASDAQ has had such a good move and a surprising one to many as well to kick off the year. So these results have to be good. And maybe they have to be better than good to justify not only the move, but then you wonder what happens on the other side for a NASDAQ that already feels a little bit shaky given the move in rates.
Yeah, no, listen, I think it's not one of the largest companies, the Apple, Microsoft, that are, but it is
it's like 1A.
It's 1A,
right?
The Tesla, Nvidia, Visa tier that's right underneath it. So it's obviously closely watched. And of course, as Brenda touched on, the data center, the gaming, it's got its tentacles everywhere, which brings me, as I understand it, their Hopper architecture, and this is not what I do, and I certainly don't want to expand too far enough, but their Hopper architecture is a key underpinning of the ChatGPT and AI infrastructure that's being built out. And so to Brenda's point about, and I don't want to misinterpret what you said, but there's nothing they could say that would be, I think they're going to spend or should spend a good amount of time on the idea that they're going to be contributing to this, because obviously ChatGPT and AI and language models are all the rage right now. And so why not spend a good chunk of your call talking about something?
We've gotten to the point where we are counting the number of times CEOs say efficiencies and things like that. So let's count today, or whenever the call is, frankly, whether it's today or tomorrow, the number of times they say AI on that call is NVIDIA. Thank you very much for being here. That's Dan Greenhouse. Bren, thank you so much as well. We're going to see what they deliver again.